Hello, hello, Sagittarius. Welcome to your monthly reading. This is for August, okay? So it's going to be split up into 3 different sections. We have the general, love, and then a spirit message to kind of tie everything together and see what my spirit guides have to say for you for the month. It's like an overall feeling for the month. Okay? Okay. So Sagittarius, we're going to start with your general energy. Okay, so we have man holding a coin and door to personal healing and happiness. I get some career energy with this. Focusing on career, saving money, wanting to be more abundant. It's like liking where your finances are going and wanting to expand them or wanting to have more. But not doing it in a way to overwork yourself, but also learning how to be happy at the same time. So it's almost like you're trying to expand your career money aspect in a more happy, logical sort of way instead of keeping your head down and just working solidly, you know? So we have temptation, which is the devil, rest and rejuvenate, 4 of swords, and then moving on, which is the 6 of swords. Okay. Yeah, I feel like in not September, Lord, in July, you took some inventory on your life, and kind of like what you were a slave to, you know, like a slave to work or a slave to other people's ideals or a slave to love or a particular relationship or how to do things, you know. It's like something was running you or something was sort of your God, I guess you can say. And I feel like there's a realization or some sort of like vision about it. And you're spending August sort of sitting that down or putting that to the side so you can essentially move on, essentially grow, move forward, expand out of that mindset or out of that feeling like this is the only way or this is how it has to be. So, okay, so we have the 5 of Wands, the 2 of Wands, and the Palace of Swords, 3 of Swords, 9 of Swords. Yeah, this is definitely like some mental release you got going on here with the 9 of Swords in the middle. Tree of Life, Sun, 4 of Coins, Ace of Swords. On the bottom of the deck, we have the King of Cups. Yeah. You're definitely taking control of your emotions. It could have been from a relationship itself with the King of Cups, but this is just like taking care of your emotional responses, right? So not worrying about what other people think, not letting other people's issues drive you, like you being driven and guided by yourself and your own feelings, your own individuality in a way. And not being so worried, I feel like, about the outside world or what other people will think or anything like that. So, yeah, I do feel conflict in your life, which is why things are changing. You know, okay, so what it reminds me of, Sagittarius, the vibe, the general vibe is, let's say you're trying to follow the Joneses, right? And it's not like you're trying to do it on purpose. It feels to me like, I mean, this works for everybody else, so I'm just doing it the way that it seems to work. You know, it's not like you're doing it on purpose that way. You're just like, okay, well, everyone is doing this and they look happy. They seem to have everything that I want. So I'm going to, do it this way. And I feel like that just hasn't been working for you. It's just a realization of like, okay, maybe I can't do what everybody does. Maybe I can't follow the rule that everybody does. I need to expand, or I need to look beyond how I've been doing things. And I feel like you've taken that step forward. If you haven't, you will. You're taking that action to move forward, to get a different scenario or a different viewpoint. And also moving beyond some sort of complication that this has brought in your life, or this person or this situation has brought. And I feel like you've had different outcomes for different things. Moving forward is the positive. It's good to get away from something with the temptation card, which is the devil. But also the devil has a way of coming back. It has a way of pulling you back in because you think you need it. It's an obsession. It's repetitive. So I do feel like it has made you stronger emotionally with the King of Cups because all of these things have been happening. It's been definitely making you more aware of things. Okay. So you've decided to walk away from something, or move on from something, or split up from something, because I see you moving on here with this. And there is a little bit of worry. I feel like you're in your head about the situation. And it's because the devil card is here. You feel like you need it. You feel like something was either stolen from you, or you need it, or, oh my God, I need to go back. It's sort of like a level of comfort or a level of obligation that you feel to something. But it's going to be hard, I feel like, in August. And that's okay. And the emotional standpoint that you've gained from moving on and knowing that something is bad for you or not good for you, you need to keep with you as you move on. Okay? As you decide to put it to a rest, as you decide to ignore people trying to contact you, or these nagging feelings, move on from it. You don't need it any longer, right? You're learning how to be, I feel like, more self-efficient in I was going to say an Aquarius type of way, but in an unconventional, unpredictable, sort of unique way. Your own individual way. And not following some sort of blueprint of someone else's. It's also going to lead you to ultimate happiness by doing that. Okay. The more you move on, the happier you get. I see that with the Sun card. Okay. It's almost like a path has opened up for you. And you're like, I'm going to be successful. I see success. I feel like you're very happy, very optimistic, very positive. Because once you leave a struggle or something that's been giving you a struggle behind, you immediately start to feel the lightness. You do have a little bit of mental anguish. I feel like that it subsides piece after piece, But ultimately you start to feel better. And you want to hold on to that. But also I feel like you want to hold on to your monetary situation or your status, something like that. You also want to protect that as well, and that's what you're worried about. You're like, if I leave this thing behind, this person who's been paying bills, or this job, or just this situation, will it impact the way that I have been living? Okay? But I feel like the understanding, Sagittarius, here is when we move on from things, sometimes things go away. Okay? Things that we thought we needed, but we really don't, have to go away. And that's okay. Because it means that in life, there's a cycle. So it'll bring us something else to satisfy that as well. Our spirit guides will allow that to happen. You just have to believe in it, Ups and downs, backs and forths. That's what both of these cards is like. There's change in life that you cannot control, But the ultimate is to be happy here and to heal from the past and to move on, because this wasn't good. Okay? All right, let's move on to your love energy. Okay, Sagittarius, here's your love energy. Okay, so we have believe and succeed, which is the Six of Wands. Oh, I want to say Wands. 3, I'll check in a second. 3 of Cups, share the love. And 13, release, which is the Death in a normal deck. It's Wands. It's Wands. It's the Six of Wands. Okay. And you deserve love. Forgiving and learning. There's definitely a moving on from something, from love, from, it may be a particular person, to be honest with you, Sagittarius, but it feels more like a way of love. Like maybe you were in a relationship with someone that's a little bit tumultuous, and there could have been a lot of back and forth. It feels like it has some history attached to it. Or you have a type of person that you can't seem to let go. Like you keep dating narcissists or something like that. So this is definitely about moving on and learning. Learning from the type of people that you have tried to target is the word that comes to my mind. Realizing that, you know, people have problems. You may have your own issues or your own shadow work to deal with, and you just need to move on from it. You know, that's what all this is about. This energy in August. So in your process of wanting to move on, this is one of the things that comes with it. You know, it's interesting because I see you trying to turn a relationship around. Like to be friends or to be friendly, to be kind to each other. It's not like you hate someone. It's not like you're upset with, I mean, you could be upset, but it's more of a graceful type of feeling. Showing grace to an individual. And then realizing after that sometimes you just have to let people go. But what it does is it puts you in a healing energy because you're not doing it out of hate or anger. Okay. All right. 4 of Cups. 9 of Cups. Page of Cups. King of Swords. Knight of Swords. Thoughtful action, I see. Magician. The Empress. So as we get closer to the future, you get the major arcana cards. 5 of Wands, 9 of Cups. So there is a coin, excuse me. There is some sort of realization that happens for you, Sagittarius. 9 of Wands. August in love is about warrior energy. Standing up for what it is that you believe in. not falling into the grain, taking a stand for yourself and understanding your boundaries, which really clicks here end of August, beginning of September. It's definitely an action that you take. A very clear, decisive action that you know you have to take. And then things start to change. And someone doesn't like it. Okay. So you definitely have been either in a relationship, a friendship, or even a family ship situation. Because this is love. Love comes in all forms and shapes. You've been trying to just, I don't want to say ignore, but just move on from, or move with something. It's like, well, I can't change it, so this is how it is type of energy. And emotionally, you've been let down by people or by this person. And it seems like this person is just happy. So this feels like a weird dynamic to me. This person is happy. I'm going to say lightly narcissistic. And what I mean by that is they're following their path to happiness. Everything they do, all of their actions, all of what they want is about their happiness and what they want and how they view things. And you're just kind of left out in the cold here, or just trying to like piggyback or like be behind this person. It's like you're following them while they follow their happiness. And I don't even see you doing that on purpose. It's more like you're trying to be there for that person or be kind or be loving, but you're being left behind and sort of in the dust as things start to move on. And I feel like there's this realization that hits you here with the Page of Coins of, is this what I want to bring into the future? So your focus is this what I really want? You know, is this practical? Is this loyalty? You know, do I deserve more than this? I feel like that's what I see from it, you know? Like, is this what I want to bring into my future? Is this what I want? Or do I want something different? Because I see here with the Magician that you're going to soon, when you have that question to yourself, you're going to be like, I have the ability to change things. I can change things. So I feel like with the King of Swords, you want to make sure that all of your bases are checked. So this is like seeing if there's something you missed, seeing if there's something that can be done. You know, like, have I tried this route? Have I tried this route? It's like there's one more thing probably that you want to do to rule out that this is kind of a lost cause or you need to move on. So that's why I see you being more friendly or more kind. And not even like that, just not immediately cutting things off. And you learn what you need to learn from this action. And I feel like you learn that this person is all about themselves or their happiness. It's not about a us. It's about an I for them. So then you take an action. You know. You got the information you needed. So that's why I feel like you take a much needed action here. And I feel like you stick with that because there's something you're trying to create. You're trying to create a future, stability, your own level of happiness. So you have to make that decision for yourself. And this is about knowing your boundaries. And this is why this is the overall energy. Standing up for yourself, taking a stand, not falling back. I don't feel energy of you falling back into old habits at this point. It's like you make a decision and then you move forward. The Death card is a very definitive energy. It's very much like, okay, I've decided this, so now we're changing. Now things are changing. I'm moving on. I've done all that I can do. I even tried this one last hump. Now it's time to go. You know, now it's time to move. So now, like I said, you've done what you think that you should do. So now you're the Empress. And the Empress is all about nurturing, planting seeds, sticking by what you believe. That's what this is. But I see that someone doesn't like it with the Five of Wands. Someone is upset because their sense of happiness is you following them. You know, you being the second and them being the first. You know, the first choice is what they believe, and then what you believe. So the fact that you're standing up for yourself makes this person upset. They are not happy about it. And the key here is, with the Magician and the Nine of Pentacles, is about yourself, your stability, your future, your happiness. You know, it's like, I need to do this for myself, for my future. Okay? You're taking control. This is power in the Magician. You're acknowledging your power and your desires and what you need. It's like you're taking a last stand. I love this. So it's a rebirth of you when it comes to love. A rebirth of what's important to you and what's really not important. Okay? So let's get into your spiritual message. Man, that just fortifies the need for boundaries. Fish, yep. And heart. Ooh, everything I just said. Okay. Rejection, dissipating, and perfection. The Tower, Page of Swords, or Page of Wands, excuse me, and the Five of Wands, yeah. Okay. So you will have some objections this month that are going to play with you emotionally. And it's going to play with the idea of what you feel like perfection is, or what you feel like perfection was for you, versus how you did things in the past and how you want to do things now. Because that's totally changed. That idea, that mindset. So I feel like there's a struggle with you bouncing back and forth with that. Okay? Because it is more comfortable to fall into old habits, but in the old way, you're not getting what you need or what you desire or how you feel like you should feel or be, you know? So August is about you taking control. And in taking control, you have to be strong. And that's why I said that Aquarius energy is there, because it's that unique, self-driven, this is what I'm doing for me. And I feel like this sort of puts a little bomb in everything. Everything feels like it's blowing up to other people, not to you. You just see change. To them, it's like, oh my God, what am I going to do? You know, I relied on Sagittarius. Sagittarius was always this way. So I feel like for a lot of you, this may cause fight. Because the Five of Wands kept coming up in a lot of the spreads. It causes a little bit of fight within them to sort of claw their way back into the old situation. You know, it's like, oh, I need to make them think it's them, you know, in some way so they can change. But the whole point is to change your environment. That's what you're doing. You're showing your boundaries, and it's changing everything. It's like having a domino effect because you want something new. You deserve something new with the Page of Swords. Okay? So you're adjusting and changing the way you have relationships and connections with people or ideals based on you having a higher level of self-consciousness and self-esteem. Okay? All right, Sagittarius, I love you, okay? And I'll talk to you later. Bye-bye.